User from r/daytrading writes, lost $40,000 trading since February. Should I give up? What's your story? Hello, fellow day traders. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I embarked on my trading extravaganza in February, and it's been such an emotional roller coaster of an experience. I've had the ups and the downs, but more of the downs, and I'm currently at minus $40,000. Ouch, in parentheses, he says. I have to admit I didn't start at the best time, as volatility has been incredibly high since I started trading. The swings were absolutely face-ripping, and I'd like to ask those of you who are consistently profitable, which is everyone in r/day trading, how long did it take you to find your rhythm and road to consistent profitability? Did you lose at all while learnings, plural, or were you simulated learnings? What strategy has worked for you, and shall I give up? Well, user from r/day trading, I feel as though I'm in a uniquely qualified position to inform you that if you have been trading since February, and keep in mind this post was posted about 6 months ago, it is currently November 1st. So this means that if this user is currently still trading, he would be trading for about 8 months now at this point, and since February puts us 6 months ago, that would have been roughly April, and this user lost $40,000 in those 2 months, that he was trading. Now, this is an impressive number as far as currency goes to lose in 2 months. So, with that being said, my advice. So far, I've tried trading options, buying puts or calls, trying to time the futures market, but often get wiped out either due to wrong direction or holding too long and getting taken out by theta. I've tried to squeeze opportunity with Wolf. I don't know what Wolf is or who Wolf is, but anyways, that's gone tits up. I've also tried trading earnings, trying to time the fade after the initial overreaction. None of these has worked for me. I kind of feel like one of the reasons I've not made money is because I've not stuck to one strategy, but I kind of find it hard to stick to something that's losing me shitloads of money. In hindsight, I realize capital preservation is #1 priority, and I should have just let the money sit in the bank while I traded simulated. Okay, let's see what Reddit has to say about this. According to Mike Bellafiore, owner of SMB Capital, it takes 2 to 3 years on average to achieve true consistency. Yeah, I wish. As some of you may know, I am a failing day trader. I have been trading for 5 years, and, well, we can say, like our user from r/day trading, it has gone tits up for me. Now I make shitty YouTube content about other shitty traders. That seems like a good number if you have what it takes, but even then, who the fuck trades as a beginner in a big account? Unless you have so much money you don't care about losing it, then you should start with a small account. This is generally pretty good advice. I don't think the average trader should be using
until they do have some sort of proven system that works for them with a positive expectancy. Nonetheless, I digress. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Anyways.
Let's see, a user in this thread, it's getting slightly heated, says, don't take this the wrong way, but I never understood people like you. How do you go from losing $1,000 to $40K and then, and only then, realizing you're doing something wrong? Dude, your first $1,000 lost is when you tell yourself, hey, this shit isn't working, I need to do something. Stop trading options and futures, just do regular stocks for years, if need be, until you learn the strategy inside and out. User from r/day trading in this comment section has a very good point. Me personally, if I have a $40,000 account with my broker and I lose it in the first day, I should be asking to myself, well, maybe my tits are leveraged off here. Let's reroute. Another user says, no, don't do this. Stay away from YouTube. Get some books. Don't focus just on trading books. Get yourself some books on basic macroeconomics, psychology on crowds, and most importantly, books on discipline. Now, how about this advice? Don't do any research on what trading is and how to actually trade. Just focus on macroeconomics. If you know what FOMC is, I'm sure you'll be able to make money. You know what FOMC is and what the rates do. Philosophy and psychology on crowds, and most importantly, books on discipline. Let's look at philosophy and psychology. So, this is a pretty interesting point. I wonder if a philosopher were to pick up trading or a psychologist were to pick up trading, specifically on crowds. They do their best work and know the most about crowds. Maybe they'll be the best traders. Maybe, these guys will make millions and they won't have to go the 3 to 5 years that most take. And most importantly, books on discipline. This is pretty good advice. You do need a disciplined approach to trading. Take it from me, I'm super profitable and I make tons of money from trading, of course. Going through this comment section, I'm noticing very rapidly, if we go back to our post here from OP, how long did it take you to find your rhythm and road to consistent profitability? What strategy did you use or has worked for you? I'm reading through these comments sections and there are a lot of comments in here. It seems like almost no one in here is profitable. But who knows, maybe. Let's keep looking. TA works. TA. Technical analysis. There you go. The secret is dealing with trading when your strat doesn't work. Most of my biggest losses can be placed on a few days of the year. Why? I got chopped out, chased losses, and had no max daily loss. Risk management is what keeps you profitable long term. Pretty good advice from user here. For this user, apparently it took him $140,000 to realize his biggest problem. It really depends on your journey. Now, he left us on quite the cliffhanger here. He said he realized his biggest problem, but he will not share it with the masses here. Finally, we have someone coming to our senses. I agree 100%, but if it was a trust fund baby and I lost $40,000, I wouldn't go on Reddit to ask for help. Based. I would probably go on a vacation to Thailand to eat some orangutan or some weird shit like that. Very valuable comment. We'll give that an updoot. Hold on there, cowboy. 40K in 3 months is way too much too fast. Start with a smaller amount, like $500 a month or something, and see if you can flip that. I started with $100 and lost it all more than a few times until I learned what I was doing wrong and I fixed it. So I'm assuming this guy is now making lots and lots of money from trading. He's probably bought a Lamborghini and or a Richard Mille watch, and he's living on the coast of Punta Gorda. User under him says, "What the hell are you trading with $100, if I may ask?" Well, guys, we all got to start somewhere, trading with $100. You can buy any stock under $100, and some brokers have free commissions. I don't think I've ever heard of a single broker that has free commissions unless you're paying thousands and thousands of dollars a month to achieve those commissions. And at most brokers, it won't even be free. It'll just be lower. So this, I have to give that the stamp of horse shit. There, we'll give that the old down doot. Next thread we have here is options trading an addiction? I feel trapped. Hey everyone, I've been trading options for a while now, and honestly it feels kind of like an addiction. My days just fly by when I'm deep into trading and I can't seem to stop thinking about it. He's dreaming about it and thinking about it on the toilet at work, as we do. The problem is, despite all the time I spend, I am still facing huge losses. It's like I'm stuck in an endless, vicious, monotonous cycle where I can't quit, even though I know it's hurting me financially and mentally. Has anyone else felt this way? Well, user, no. I think you're alone in this. I don't think anyone has ever felt this at all, that pick up trading, and especially those that have been failing at it for 5 years. I couldn't name anyone off the top of my head. But question, how do you break from this kind of trading addiction? Any advice or similar stories would be really appreciated. Well, user, to be less sarcastic, I have felt this. This is very real. It's after you're trading for a good 5 years, it's not really so much an addiction at this point anymore. You just kind of feel like you're dying on the inside, and the addiction, you've kind of gotten over that. But with every loss that racks up in your account, you just kind of feel like you're getting one toe closer to the grave. So yes, this is actually a very common thing. We'll give user an updoot. You know, just when I thought Reddit was just a big cesspool of obviously profitable traders with nothing really good going on, this is actually a very refreshing and nice comment section. All of these people are actually wishing that this guy gets his gambling habit down and giving resources to that. So W Reddit for this one, guys. Really good stuff. And, you know, I'm glad I stumbled across this thread. This has really brightened my evening. Alright, let's check out the unfiltered truth about day trading realities here. Day trading, the thrill of making quick profits, the freedom to work from anywhere, and the potential to live a life of luxury. It's an enticing prospect, and many of us has been drawn to its promise, of course. Many people think day trading is a get-rich-quick scheme, which obviously it is, where you simply jump into the market, make a few trades, and voila, you're a millionaire. Others believe it's a thrilling lifestyle and you're always on the edge of your seat, making bold moves and reaping massive rewards. But let's be real here. Most of these perceptions are fueled by social media and Hollywood movies. The reality is far from glamorous. In reality, day trading is a tough business. The failure rates are staggering, with some estimates suggesting that up to 90% of traders lose their entire trading account within the first months. Yes, you heard that right, 90%, and it's not because they're stupid or lazy, it's because they're unprepared, naive, or simply don't have the right mindset. Now, this is a really good point and interesting because I remember in my first year where I thought I had it all figured out, and I had just discovered volume profile trading, the ESE Mini. I didn't even know what a micro product was yet. I didn't know what MES was, but nonetheless, so obviously, being the new and improved, enlightened volume profile trader that I got a brokerage account with NinjaTrader and I put $1,100 in there. And on the first trading day, I felt very juiced up, and I even put a suit and tie on and made myself a fresh cup of coffee that morning, even though I was never really a big coffee guy. I just wanted to feel like I knew what was going on. And I then proceeded to sit down at my trading desk and blew that $1,100 promptly. I believe it was 12 minutes. Yeah, so what's the key to success in day trading? Is it magic? Is it luck? No. It's actually quite simple. It's about understanding that day trading is a marathon, not a sprint. It's about being consistent, patient, and persistent. And it's also about adapting to changing markets, learning from your mistakes, and constantly improving your craft. Well, you know, there's a lot of truth to be told about this, and, you know, that's what I've been saying to myself for many, many years now. Because that's all that you can really hold on to as a failing day trader is, you know, well, it's just a marathon, it's a sprint, just keep improving, keep getting 1% better each day, and surely, eventually, you know, you'll start to make sense of this market. And, well, you know, we're still waiting for that day to come, but, I'm sure it'll come for me. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm like trying to seek solace here. I'm okay with it. You know, I've come to terms with this. I've been trading a very long time. It's all jokes.